I'm 25 years old and I'm decided to go into sales for the first time. I've talked about this a little bit on my channel, but maybe a lot of you don't know kind of what I do for a career and stuff, so that's a big topic to say. But I recently quit my job in my current job. So after university I graduated in 2021, so 3 years ago now, but I officially had my graduation in 2022 because COVID delayed it by a year. But yeah, I graduated 2021. I did like a 6-month internship in my local town, helping around for the town and stuff. It's nothing crazy. And then I went into my first full-time role. I went into like a market research company, that kind of role. And it was good. I learned a lot about the corporate world. I didn't do anything corporate before. I literally don't come from that background, so that was my first ever full-time job. I met a lot of people. I got to network really well. I met a lot of different people from different cultures: Spain, Italy, Portugal, Morocco, France, Germany, like literally everywhere. And it was really nice to talk to people and learn about their perspectives. I also did not know what I wanted to do in my life, so the topic of passion was a big topic. Actually, it's only when I spoke to one of my friends told me about this thing called mastery. And basically it's a concept that was found by this serial entrepreneur. I forgot the name, but I'll probably link it below. Essentially, it's you do something for maybe the first time and you do more of it, and then suddenly you just feel like you become really competent at it, you become good. And because you're competent, you suddenly build confidence, and then it just kind of goes hand in hand. So the more confidence you get, the more you're about to try, and the more effort you put in, the more you get out. So ultimately it spirals. And I knew when I was doing the job, I had to do a lot of cold calling, cold emailing. And initially for the first year or so, I was pretty average. It wasn't that great. But there's one thing I always tried. I gave it 100% no matter what. There were good days or bad days, but I gave it 100%. And it's only in my second year where I started to propel and hit some really good numbers in my company and made like a name for myself. And then I realized, okay, well, around me I was winning a lot of awards and stuff, and I realized actually this is pretty fun. I like this, this is something I could be good at. And yeah, and I had to then lead trainings to do with cold calling. Bear in mind, I never actually got proper training or kind of education around sales before, but it wasn't a sales role, let's be clear. It's more market research, so I wasn't actually going into sales. But then I started to do a lot of my research podcasts, and I really fell in love with these podcasters and read books around it. And I just really like sales because some of the people that really inspire me are someone like Patrick Bet-David, who talks about him, early days and selling and how transferable it is. To be honest, selling, the reason why I like it is because it builds real character. It builds a lot of people skills. It lets you understand how people think. It allows you to really develop human psychology, negotiation, really talk to people. And I thought that was amazing. I thought that was crazy. And yeah, I watched a lot of podcasts on Patrick Bet-David. I also people like Grant Cardone, these people that came from nothing but came from sales. And then I realized, in my role, when I had to speak to a lot of CEOs and C-level people, they all had, well, especially CEOs, they'd come from a sales background. And and I'm very I'm inspired to go a long way. So I think sales is the right call for me. And I'm 25 now, and I decided to go that route full time. So I applied for a job, explained to them what I did in my previous role, and got it in the end. So I will be starting in about a week and a half from now. But I'm super excited. I can't wait because I get to learn all these things that I can apply to real life. But also, sales is commission based. So the more you put in, the more you get out. So that's also a nice benefit as well, because I don't want to be in a job where I'm capped at a specific amount every day. So at the end of the month, I know I'm going to get this paycheck. I want to be able to fight for my paycheck. I want to be able to know that I don't know what I'm going to be doing, whether I'm going to have a good or bad month. But regardless, it's in my hands, my accountability to actually make most of that money, because it's what I put in that what I can get. So I like that accountability aspect. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the whole thing. I know it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to embrace the challenge, and I think I'm going to document the whole thing as well in like a series concept. That's my thinking.